Hi everyone, I'm Aydan from Elvenking and you're watching Caminhos Metálicos.
Well, in your opinion, which are the main differences between the Secrets of the Magic Grimoire and your previous albums? You think it's more heavy and melodramatic than the other ones?
Well, let's say that the Pagan Manifesto, which was our previous album, was kind of, it was kind of like the album where we wanted to go back to our roots musically and also lyrically, and so basically we have done everything to to concentrate our original musical ideas in the with a goal to return to what we felt when we were just young and we were we were just trying to find our way and our musical journey, musical identity, especially. So the Pagan Manifesto was kind of a return to the origin after a number of albums where we kind of experimented probably a little bit too much because we went to from album like The Side, which was extremely aggressive, to Red Silent Tides, which was basically very romantic and let's say much softer compared to the previous album. So after a lot of experimentation, let's say we went to the Pagan Manifesto where we wanted to recreate the Elvenking sound. Secrets of the Magic Grimoire obviously was a very tough step forward for us because after an album like the Pagan Manifesto was kind of difficult for us to know exactly what would have been the next step. So I would say that Secrets of the Magic Grimoire is an album where there are no boundaries, no limits, where we went exactly the way we did it when we did our very first album, Hidden Reel, where there were no, no boundaries as a set. So if we felt there is a tempo change need, we went for it. If we wanted to do a song 6 7 minutes long, we have done without problem. So it was a kind of an album where we expressed completely our freedom, and on the other side, it is an album a little bit I would say darker, or more obscure, more heavier for sure. So it's much more related to the '90s listening we have.
The sound of the album is very powerful, but you decided to produce it yourself again, right? You never
Yes.
felt the need to have an outside view to Alvin King's music.
Yeah. Yes, we have done. We have done in the past. We have worked like with producers like Dennis Ward, for example, which is a great. I mean, if we have the possibility to work with really great producer like Dennis Ward was, or maybe Jens Borgen in the future, I don't know, something like that, it makes sense. Otherwise, I think that we prefer to produce the album ourselves because we have a perfect, clear sight of what is our music and what is especially what kind of sound we would need for every single album, every single song. So basically, we prefer me and them not to produce the album at this point.
You have some
So,
guests in this album. You have Angus Norder and Snowy Shaw, for example. Is that because, like you said, you need their voices because the music is going that way?
yeah,
So
exactly.
it's yeah.
We never want to have any guest appearances just to have the names written on the CDs or something to attract people. It's just when really we felt the need to have some different vocals, for example, some extra touch here and there. So especially in this album, we need to have a very good growling vocals, and Angus. Still being very new in the scene and very young, but his work in Witcher is amazing, for example. And the Snowy Show instead is one of our all-time favorite musician, and because both me and Damna are super fans of King Diamond, Merciful Fate, and stuff like that, and also all the other bands he played with, and he's an incredible artist. And beside being the best drummer that I know, for example, is also a great particular, let's say, lead vocalist. So we needed a very strong and particular voice in the beginning of the song. Um, what is the song? I don't remember. In the Wildland song. So we asked him, and he was very happy to join.
How are being the reactions to the album so far from the press and from the fans?
It is very good. We didn't expect it that much because it is a kind of difficult album. Let's say not very easy listening. You need to have maybe 5 6 listens to get into it. But the reaction from the press and were very good at the time. And also we had the information from AFM that the album is already selling better than the previous one, so this is a good sign.
You did some shows to promote the album in selected cities. Are you planning to have a proper tour, or do you prefer this way?
Yes, we are not a band that is able to tour, like 3 months or in a row, something like that, because it was our choice back in the days to not invest everything in this, and we obviously we don't have the possibility to tour maybe 3 months in a row. But even if we have offers coming all the way, and we have to say no, but. We prefer to work on single gigs and a lot of festivals, but we are already planning a tour, European tour for 2019. So we will go also for this one. Even also last year we had another small tour in Europe. So we do what we can, and I think that the way we are managing the live situation is good for us because we play in selected places, and the things is working well for us.
What can we expect from the show at Metálicos in Portugal?
It is the very first time we will play in Portugal. We have played Spain a lot of time, but never had the chance to play Portugal. So I expect a similar crowd to the or similar welcome compared to Spain. But let's see what will be. So we are really looking forward to see how the metal crowd in Portugal is.
Last year, Elvenking celebrated 20 years of career. Do you ever thought when you were 19 years old, I think,
Absolutely.
yeah, we all get older, so
Yes.
you ever think of still playing and doing albums after 20 years?
No, absolutely. Our only goal that we had when we were just kids, and we were coming from a country like Italy, which was not really a country very known for metal music, especially back then when there were no bands at all. And also, for example, Rhapsody were just coming out at the time because we were been formed in 1997. So our only goal was to have the possibility to do maybe one album and to have the possibility to show to the people some of our songs and what we wanted to create with this band. And there were no goals to go beyond this. So everything that came later, and in all these years, is something additional to this dream we had when we were just kids. So it's amazing to be still here after so many years.
Do you think if Elvenking were from Germany or Sweden, your life will be easier? Your career will be easier?
If I have to be sincere, I have to say yes for sure. Obviously, coming out from a country where there is no scene, let's say, and obviously there are other countries like the northern ones, like Sweden or Finland, where the bands also have some, helps from the government, economical helps and stuff like that. It's just another universe for us. So I think that coming out from Germany or maybe from the northern country would have made our life much easier. But I'm very happy that still coming from a country like Italy back in 20 years ago, we are still here and we are growing years by years, and that is the main thing, main important things for us because as far as we know, we are growing year by year. It took a long time to arrive here, but the band is still growing, so this is great. It means that what we are doing is still something. There is something good in what we are doing, and this makes me proud. Let's say.
Um, since the beginning, you are known for being a mix between the folk metal and more power metal. But sometimes, for example, for a Corpiclani fan, you are too power metal, and for a power metal band, you are too folk metal. You never felt this kind of thing?
Yes, yes, I know that our style is not really focused, and this causes a lot of problems. Also the fact that we have changed a lot of the sounds through the years, through the album, and maybe we did an album more close to death metal, and we gained some fans. The album later totally different, and so it was really not. We let's say that we didn't make the most clever moves in the commercially, let's say, but on the other hand, the only interest for us is to the only goal was to satisfy ourselves as songwriters. So we never thought about planning an album like it should have been, and what and how it would have been successful maybe. So the good thing nowadays is that we easily can play with more melodic bands, and also in very extreme metal fest with a lot of death metal bands, and this is good because the crowd, even if we are not exactly in the mood of the other bands, still appreciate us. So I don't think we are really power metal band. I don't think we are a complete folk metal band, not even a death metal band, even if we have a lot of influences from death metal from the 90s and black metal. But we try just to find a way to make Elvenking sounds as unique as possible, even if unique and original are not really something that you can use in music nowadays, let's say.
Pagan Revolution. Open up your heart.
Hi everyone, I'm Aydan from Elvenking, and we hope to see you all at Milagre Mitoleo in August, so see you there.